folks, I thought I'd pop on today and show you my Crafty haul. If you've not seen me before, my name's Rachel and I am one half of Us on Our Journey, the other half being my husband Steve. We decided a couple of months ago to start documenting our journey to financial independence, but it's not going to be all about finance. It will also be about how we craft and generate a intentional living and ultimately wanting to live the life that we live. So I know that crafting and fabric and all things crafty related aren't necessarily what people would consider attached to the idea of frugalism, financial independence and saving as much money as possible. But one of the decisions we made quite early on in our lives is that we still wanted to give ourselves some spending money that we could spend guilt-free, and also that we want to craft a life that is the life we want to live once we reach financial independence. So this wasn't a big spendy moment, but while we were in Cornwall on a recent visit, we had a week away in Cornwall, we decided to pop into a shop that I'd seen there via a Facebook group that I'm on. The shop is called Country Cow Designs, and they sell all things bag making, so fabrics, zipper pulls, zips, and all things leather and related to crafting. I have been a crafter for quite some time, and one of the things I do like to make is bag making, so it was inevitable that I was going to pop in there and spend some of my guilt-free money to see what goodies I could find. So I did end up with a little bag that I bought away, and I wasn't going in there looking for anything in particular. However, I ended up finding some items that came together to be what will be a future project, quite likely a bag of some variety. So with no further ado, let's have a look at what I bought. So the thing, as I said, I didn't go anything with anything particular. Perhaps I was thinking about bag hardware. Bag hardware is challenging to buy. There's not many shops, certainly in my local area, that sell these items, and therefore when you do find a shop that sells them, it's nice to have a little bit of a wander around to see what they've got. Country Cow Designs has actually got an online website as well. I think I've bought an odd item from here a couple of times. So they've also got a Facebook group, which I'm part of, and it's nice to see all the pretty bags that people make as part of the bag making patterns that Country Cow also sells. So when I went in there, it was just literally for a little bit of a wander. Wasn't even committed to actually buying anything, but being a crafter, there was a strong likelihood I was going to. You can probably see in the back there, I've got lots of lovely vinyls, some patterned, but primarily plains, because there's so many beautiful cottons out there, and all sorts of beautiful things that it's nice to just buy the plains. I tend to buy my plains from Ooh La La Fabrics. She is a Facebook group. She has got a small website, but she's a Facebook group and she does do Facebook sales intermittently, and it's great to obviously get on there and grab some items. The quality is absolutely beautiful. So while I was having a bit of a wander around, I think it all came together around one item. Initially it was just a little bit of a wander, a little bit of have a look at this, have a look at that, and then while I was looking through the fabrics, again, I don't really need fabrics, but it's always nice to have a look at what's there, and this particular fabric caught my eye and it all developed from there. So yeah, look at that, absolutely beautiful oranges and greens, and just this beautiful mountain scenery that you can see there. So absolutely caught my eye. Not necessarily a colour scheme that I would necessarily go for, but I don't even know why I bought it. I haven't got a specific gift or personal project in mind. However, those colours just absolutely drew me in, and it was all down from there. So it's not a big piece, it's just a offcut, so it's quite likely going to be something perhaps from Crafty by Leanne, who's called Woodland Stitches now, I believe. It's quite likely to be one of her tote bags. Her patterns are ones that I inevitably go for. I'll perhaps leave a link in the comments so that you'll be able to see some of the patterns that she does, and most likely feeling is at the moment maybe the Aaliyah bag, the Aaliyah tote, and there's a Luna version as well, which is a slightly smaller version. So absolutely stunning. Just that scenic fabric is just beautiful, and the colours are just absolutely beautiful. So from there, once you've got a fabric, it is nice to try and build up a selection round from there. If you're in a bag making shop, it's ideal to get everything you need while you're there. I have this terrible habit of, when I'm not buying for particular projects, I'll pick bits and pieces up, and it doesn't always come together. Like whenever I want to make a project, I never feel I've got what I need, which inevitably ends up buying a few bits and pieces here. So what I do try and do now at the moment is, rather than just buying random bits because they catch my eye, I try and pick up bits to go with the project that I'm making at that moment in time. So with that in mind, obviously zips and bag straps and also hardware, there was lots of lovely bits and pieces to choose from. So I was thinking, I think there's a particular vinyl up here I've got in mind, perhaps that one there. Let's pull that out, and you can see that that's a beautiful kind of burnt orange colour, and when you put that against the fabric there, I think that goes quite nicely. Alternatively, I think there is actually quite a nice orange one up there as well, which might be a suitable choice to go with it. That said, so knew I didn't need to buy vinyl because I've got a selection at home, and I knew there'd be something there that I could choose from. And maybe even a green actually. I've focused on the oranges, but maybe a green, and then leave that orange on the fabric to pop in its own right. That said, one thing I haven't got is, I absolutely haven't got things like orange or orangey coloured zips, or I think I've got some green, but I certainly haven't got the orange, which seemed to be the tone I was going for at the time. So one of the things I managed to pick up was, I managed to pick up a really lovely kind of burnt orange type colour bag strap. So I think I picked up 2 meters of this, fairly standard size for myself, and being a slightly fuller chested lady, I would imagine that if I do end up gifting this to somebody else, the likelihood it will be absolutely fine in terms of bag strap length. So with that in mind, there's the colour combination there. You can see it picks out some of these fabric colours here. Yeah, just goes beautifully. So that was an easy choice for me to make. Didn't necessarily fancy the greens, and I think I have got some greens at home anyway for the bag straps, so I thought I'd see how that went, and that just beautiful. So with that in mind, I then started to think about the world of zips. So I actually picked up 2 choices. So the first choice, again in keeping with the burnt orange type of colour, picked up this lovely zipper tape. So this is the type of tape where you add the zipper pulls onto it. So obviously I'll have to find a zipper pull to go with it that I find suitable. Not really sure what that is at the moment. I mean, I did pick up obviously a couple while I was there, but not quite sure what direction I'll go in with that. It would be amazing to get something like a little fir tree style zip pull, if that even exists out there. But so picked up this absolutely lovely zipper tape there. That said, just because the bag strap fabric is a burnt orange, again I have got a green as well if I did decide to go in that direction. I picked up in the, it was actually in the, I think it was in the scraps pile actually, so I did also pick up a green zipper tape with like a really lovely bronze zipper teeth on there. You just have a look at that there. And again, it does just go absolutely stunning with the fabric as well. So yeah, really pleased with obviously those bits and pieces there. Completely separately, because you always get tempted by little things, I did pick up just a bit of zipper tape there as well. That's probably a perfect size for a bag, and I'm always making bags, so yeah, it was a nice addition, and I think it was like barely much at all, because again it was in the offcuts pile, so it was at a discounted price. So while I was then looking at hardware, again, I wasn't really 100% sure what hardware to get. So again, in keeping with the theme, I picked up 2 of the kind of bronzy coloured hardware, so I can attach a strap of some variety. With this being a thicker strap, obviously that doesn't fit on there, so what I will need to do is I will need to come up with a solution, and I've seen videos on it, which transitions it from what is probably, is that an inch and a half maybe? I'm not sure it's the 1.5 inches. I've got some 1.5 inches and that doesn't look quite there, but that feels like maybe it's an inch or slightly over an inch. That's slightly smaller, so I'll have to find some way to transition that with some fabric, or even some of the leather that I was just looking at there. So so picked up the kind of bronzy coloured, I'm not even sure it's called bronze. I'll have to have a look and see what the colour scheme of that is. And while I was working through actually these are out some of these are out the seconds pile. You might have noticed there when I held that up, that it has a slight tarnishing almost to the hardware there, but again, I'm not making to sell. I'm making for gifts, and I'm making for myself, and purely for pleasure. So having things that are ever so slightly imperfect, I'm not too traumatized by that, and it can be a little bit of a cost saving sometimes in what can be quite an expensive hobby. So with that in mind, I also bought a zipper slider. So we can see a zipper slider there. Again, I think it's slightly more pronounced there. You can see the slight tarnishing in there. You could look at it that it's a slightly ombre look to it, rather than tarnishing. And to be fair, the fabric and that will be over the top of there. What I didn't actually think about there is, slight own goal there. The fabric strap doesn't actually fit on there. So maybe I might need to go with another colour, who knows. So I'll work that out at another point. So also then picked up some D-rings, just a couple of standard D-rings there. So square D-rings. I'm not even sure whether they're called D-rings, but square rings. And possibly a zipper charm for it, but this is a lovely zipper charm, which is a nice flower. And yeah, it was just calling me, and I decided to get that. So nice little selection. Whether I use it for this particular bag or not, it's a nice selection that will be of good use for many of the projects, hopefully, unless I do what I normally do and go, oh, that doesn't quite suit what I'm doing at the moment, or I haven't got enough of it. So while I was there rummaging through the discounted pile for seconds, I did manage to pick up some black hardware as well. So again, just some of the hardware here. So picked up some of those. They were in the discounted pile. Also picked up that as well. There wasn't actually any of the square rings in there, so I did have to buy some of the square rings at the full price. But again, it's just a nice little set there. That will be enough. Oh, and I almost forgot, I also picked up a lovely little hard zipper pull there as well. So again, I've got a nice full set of hardware there to be able to attach to a bag. Not going to be this one, definitely. I don't see black on this particular bag, but definitely an option. I also picked up another couple of square rings. My leaning when I buy hardware tends to be towards the brass coloured type ones. I think they go fairly well with most projects. So yeah. And then finally, just because I wasn't sure what zipper pulls I may or may not want with them, I also picked up 4 zipper pulls. So just a lovely little handmade zipper pull there. I picked up 2 of the bronzy type one and 2 of that, I think rose gold is the colour I was looking for earlier. So I picked up 4 of those. I think it was 4 for X amount of money. So I picked up 4 of those and I'm sure I'll make absolute use of those. They're fairly kind of standard generic pulls, but a nice little touch because they say handmade on them. So I think all in all, with the fabric, the bag strap, the 2 zipper pulls and the offcuts, and then all of the bag hardware, I think I spent about £22 in the end, which is quite a reasonable amount, considering that some of the bag zipper pulls and things like that can be quite expensive. So yeah, I came away from there feeling quite pleased that I got a nice little selection. If you've seen any of my previous videos, you may well have seen that I have got quite a stash there, so I don't know entirely when I'm going to get round to it, but it's a nice project in a bag there that will be ready to go whenever I feel like making something, a bag that is for one reason or another, because who doesn't want lots of bag ideas ready to go? So well, thank you again for listening to my ramblings. I hope you enjoyed some of the things that I've purchased and seeing what they look like, and perhaps that'll give you some inspiration for your own. I can't say whether Country Cow Design still has these items. I'm sure with things like the zipper pulls and the zipper straps, zipper tape and the bag strap material, I'm sure they'll likely have those because that tends to be all year round stock. But as for the fabric, it was in the offcuts pile, so they may well have moved on to other designs by now. But take a look at them. They're a lovely shop, and obviously you ever are in the area in Cornwall, then I'd recommend taking a visit to there. Thank you very much. Look after yourselves and have a great afternoon. Bye now.